The dispute centers on a clause in export documents that requires foreign customers to pledge not to transfer weapons to third parties and allow South African officials to inspect their facilities to verify compliance. Officials at major South African defense groups, Denol and Rheinmetall Denol Munition, RDM, say the dispute was holding up their exports. RDM said some of its exports to Middle East had not been approved since March. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, which account for at least a third of South Africa's 4.7 billion rand of authorized arms exports and are engaged in a war in Yemen, have rejected the inspections, which they consider a violation of their sovereignty, their sources said. The officials added that Oman and Algeria have also refused inspections and seen their imports from South Africa blocked. The government is encouraging defense companies to avoid an over-reliance on the Gulf. Meanwhile, Nigeria's economic growth rose to an annual rate of 2.28% in the 3 months to the end of September after the production of its main export commodity, crude oil, rose to a more than 3-year high. Africa's largest economy expanded by 0.17% in the previous quarter and 0.47% in the same period a year earlier. The country has struggled to shake off the effects of a 2016 recession that ended the following year. Crude production in the third quarter stood at 2.04 million barrels per day, its highest since the first quarter of 2016. Nigeria recorded the highest quarterly growth in September since the last quarter of 2018 as the oil sector rose 6.49%. The non-oil sector rose 1.85% during the period. The central bank has forecast growth of 3% for 2019, while the IMF expects the year to finish off at 2.3%. Finally, China's hybrid rice is flourishing in the African island nation of Madagascar, where the harvest of rice exceeded 10 tons per hectare this year, far outperforming the yield of local rice. Due to lack of financial support and agricultural infrastructure, the low yield of local rice in Madagascar posed a threat of hunger to local people regardless of the good climate conditions. The highest harvest of rice reached 10.8 tons per hectare earlier this year. Hybrid rice is not only helping people in Madagascar, but now flourishing in nearly 20 countries across Africa. Ian Muse reporting for Channel 1 Business.